guys, today I will talk a bit about the spec of the M8. There are certain features in this car that are brand new, or maybe there are certain things that some of you guys don't know, like additional options you have, the different modes you have, like the normal comfort mode, the sport mode, race mode, because basically a couple of things changed from, for example, the M5 to the M8. There were certain things that were not existing that we have in this car, and I was thinking about showing you a little bit the interior, maybe talking about the exterior as well, specifically the mods I did on the car, like the wheels, the suspension. It's not too many things done as far as you guys know, because there are basically no aftermarket parts on the market, but as soon as the manufacturers of these aftermarket parts will come up with nice lip, for example, or a nice body kit, I will be the first one who will know it, and I will be also the first one who will install them. But for now, let's check the interior, and we're gonna go outside later and also talk about the exterior. When it comes to the interior, I spec my car in a very specific way, and it's basically the way that I like the car to be. I can remember back when I had the X5M, before I had the M5, the interior was red, and I really loved this one. That's why I thought maybe I will go back to the roots and spec the car same as the X5M was, with a red interior. If we go in the specific color, is not red, but it looks reddish, but the color is Sakir orange. It's basically the same color like you have it on the M4, for example, as an option. And in my opinion, together with the black exterior, it's the most beautiful one. That's why I went for this spec. As you can see, there are also some black leather insertions in the seats, together with the M8 emblems, which lighten up in the dark, or they lighten up in general if you open the car, so you can see it from far away that this is not a normal car, a normal BMW, but a M model. If you take a closer look at the interior light, you're gonna figure out that there's a specific light inside the car that transfers a special mood to you, because you can also change the colors. What makes the interior light really special is the fact that when you open the door light suddenly turns into a red flashing light in order to maybe alert the cars that are coming from behind that you open the door, so that they can be more cautious in order not to hit the door or to cause an accident. And it's really nice because you can set the colors to your specific mood. If you want to have it like red, you can put it red. If you want them blue and so on, you can just change the color. And it's really nice. I like this a lot. It gives the interior a special touch. For me, it's important to have like really good music in the car, because if you long drive, go into vacations with a car, I want to have good music, and that's why I clicked on the option of the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, which is pretty expensive, but it's worth every cent. It takes kind of part of the light experience of the M8, so they are backlit and it looks really nice in the dark. You can also switch the light off, but it gives the car, again, a very exclusive touch. This one is one of the most important features that a car has to have, especially like a Grand Tourer like the M8 is. I mean, music it's nice, but this is a performance car, and that's why I want to take a closer look at the performance features the car has to offer, which are very interesting, because there is one thing that is brand new. There was no other M model before having this feature. You can set even the brakes in two different modes, like comfort and sport. Besides that, you can change the steering from comfort to sport. You can change the chassis from comfort to sport or sport plus, or the engine from efficient to sport or sport plus, dependent on how you want to drive the car. There is also a button here in the middle. It's called M mode. That means it turns the whole car from like the normal street drive to a sports monster, which gives you like a lot more performance, better throttle response. It's gonna be stiffer, the suspension, the steering wheel is gonna act in a different way. But independent to that, which is just one normal single button, there are these individual 4 things that you can adjust, and you can also make your own presets, which you can find here on the steering wheel. It's called the M button, M1 and M2. That means you have the chance to make your own configuration of these buttons dependent to how you want to drive the car. For example, me, I always like to set the M1 button on the rear wheel drive. That means everything off, so you can just really play with the car, or you just want to drive it in a very sporty way. Or the M2 button, which can be up to you if you want to have it like I do in the 4-wheel drive. That means you want to do a drag race, for example, let's put it like that, why not? And you have a Lamborghini beside you. That means go M2, push the gas, destroy the Lamborghini, and yeah, feel well. Performance wise, I didn't mention it before, but the car comes with the competition package with 620 horses and 553 Newton meter of torque, which is very impressive already. But guys, I promise you, this is not gonna stay like that. There is a lot more to come, and we can easily change that because it's a V8 B-turbo, like with a turbo engine, with a EQ-tune and a aftermarket exhaust, including downpipes, catless downpipes, to a lot more than that. I will not tell you right now how much it's going to be, but you can be surprised. In addition to the power, which is going to be like humongous, also the Newton meter of torque will be like massive. I promise you the car will sound different, because I mean, it sounds nice, it's an M car, but there's a lot of more space to make it sound even more evil than now. And I think you guys know my favorite exhaust brand. We are already working on it to get this car sounding badass. But guys, what's really interesting about this M mode button right here is once you press it, kind of everything changes. And I talk about the dash into a spaceship. So everything disappears. What is not important is just about driving related. That means you just focus on driving, and there's nothing like the navigation system or other things that you don't really need in your face. You can just race and have fun with the car, and that's pretty cool. I like this a lot because they really try to give you also the opportunity to drive the car like it's meant to be driven, not just like a luxury car that some dad drives in the city, but also like for me who wants to have fun with the car. And that's why you press the fun button and you have right away everything set just for driving. So it's a driver's car and not only a tourer. Well, this sounds everything pretty nice. I'm pretty sure you're gonna love everything I showed you right now. But there's one thing that you can do with a car that gives you a little extra boost, and that means you keep the M mode pressed for like a couple of seconds and the whole car transforms, if you agree with it, because the car will ask you before you activate this feature, into track mode. Track mode means everything is off and let the fun begin. You can do this as well. This is pretty cool, and once you want to take the car on a track, this feature is unbelievable, and I think everybody who will drive this car and try the track mode is gonna love it. But as I told you before, the car is not only about performance and not only about driving it, it's full of technology features, performance features, but also very nice things that you can find, play around with in case you are bored, or you are that kind of guy that loves to have a lot of gimmicks in the car as well. There's one feature, it's called apps, and that's pretty interesting because you have already pre-installed apps from BMW. If you, for example, also click on the extra option for the drive recorder, that means it has already cameras installed that record everything you do while driving. For example, if you have an accident and that everything is clear, which one is fault, you or the other guy, you have already pre-installed the cameras, so you have an evidence in case that you need it. And that's pretty cool because I never seen this before in a car, this feature. I mean, it's not cheap, but it's a cool one, and I just thought I will take it just in case I want to record or maybe use the footage for our films. I don't know, I didn't think about this, but it's kind of cool to have this in the car as well. In addition to that, you can also see the weather, some other things like BMW assistance, which gives you the chance to call BMW in case of an emergency. However, whatever it will be, you have the chance to contact them here and very quick. It happened to me like a couple of days before. I just called the assistance by accident, and there was a very nice friendly guy answering the phone and asked me whether everything is fine, and I told him like, dude, look, I'm so sorry for that, everything is fine, I'm so happy with my car, but the car is brand new and I activated this feature by accident, please excuse me. And he was all fine with that, nothing happened. What is very interesting, one thing that I didn't know even that it exists, it's called caring car. That means you can kind of activate two different moods dependent on your requirements, like to vitalize your body. Maybe if you are driving for a long distance and are very tired, you can activate this feature. It takes 3 minutes. It's a program that changes the environment in the car, like for example the air condition or the color, the mood, that makes you feel like better or refreshed in case you are tired, or the other one, relaxed. It depends on you what you want to do. Relaxed mood, it says like, in order to activate the relaxed program, audio output and automatic air condition must be active. That means again you get like different temperatures from the air condition. Maybe the sound system will provide some relaxing music, and the ambient light will change in a specific way as well. That's pretty interesting as well. I'm not that kind of guy that uses too much all these gimmicks and all this stuff, because I'm more like the driving oriented person, which has not the time to check everything out and even use it. But it's nice to have. I mean, if you spend like 200,000 euro on a car, you expect it to be very nicely spec'd and to provide you things like that. For me, not so important. I enjoy more the driving, the performance experience of the car, and the fact that it has a lot of horses. You can do a lot of funny things with it. The fact that it has like a rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive at the same time, and many other things. I mean, it looks good. It's kind of a dream car, especially now with the modifications I made with the suspension, with the wheels, with the tint on the headlights and on the taillights. It's kind of a dream car for me especially. And yeah, if we are already talking about the exterior mods, let's go outside, check them out, and I will tell you something about the wheels and maybe the other things that will follow in near future. Well guys, back to the exterior. As far as you know from the other vlogs, I mounted the KW4 and the Z Performance wheels, the ZP Forged R, which is a brand new design made by myself. As far as you know, I own Z Performance wheels and I designed the wheels of this company, every single one myself. And here we have the ZP Forged R, which is our brand new model. I'm very proud of it actually, because it's something very specific, very new, and it flows very nicely together with the overall design of the car. A two-piece forged wheel with a matte black center, a brushed bronze lip, and not only with a hollow spoke center, but also with floating spokes. That means none of the spokes touches the lip or the center of the wheel. What else is done? I have also tinted the tail lights and the front lights in order to make the blacked out look complete, together with the emblems, the BMW emblems as well. This is what the cops don't really like at all. I was also contemplating whether I should wrap the side windows and the windshield, but if I do that, I will not be able to drive like more than 5 minutes on the roads. Especially here in this country, they are very, very set on taking out cars which have tinted windshields or side windows. I mean, we don't talk about windshield. If you do the windshield, you are gonna be like pulled over right away. Forged wheels are basically custom manufactured wheels for every specific car and for every specific customer. That means you can customize like everything: the offset, the width, the dimension, the finish, basically everything. I did it as well with my car, but since the car is very new, I assumed it's same as the M5 is, and I built the wheels accordingly to the fitment of this car. But when I saw the fitment, I just realized that it's not the same, and I had to add like a 10mm spacers in the rear. We have massive 11-inch with, I think it was ET19 that I built, and I had to add like another 10mm. That means I run 11 by 21 with offset 9. I tried to do as much as I can to make the car look like really mean, and if you want it to be like badass, you need to do the camber. And I adjusted the camber in the rear. I think it was like 3.35 degrees, the maximum we can do, and it looks like lit from behind. It looked like menacing. You have a big fat ass with massive wheels and a tiny wing. I think what the car needs is a bigger wing. What is your opinion, about the M8? Everything is so nice and flows together real nice, but people usually complain that the wing, it looks like it's too small. You have like, you're a big guy with a small wing, rear wing, or lip. What do you think? Just let me know in the comments if you like it or not, because I think it can be better. It can be bigger. It was enough talking. Let's take this thing for a ride.